All right. Hi. Hello all. I'm Satish. I'm working as a staff engineer at a company called Zoox. Zoox is acquired by Amazon. At Zoox, we work on the technology to enable driverless cars. If you're interested, the cars are, we have launched the cars in San Francisco. You can install the app called Zoox and then explore the driverless cars. And on the work side, I'm a multimedia expert. I work on video, image, and audio processing. And also, I'm a AI enthusiast. I closely work with the multimedia teams because for the cars, I work on the sensors like cameras and lidars. I write the software to capture all this data and process them, and making sure that the machine learning teams are happy with that data to make the decisions. That's how I'm closely working with the multimedia teams, and when I'm going through some of the work that Drupal has been doing, it's tremendous. I thought the content intelligence, artificial intelligence powered, AI powered content intelligence would be really keep the Drupal at the next level. That's what I believe in, and I'm happy that the community is also thinking in the same direction, and it's been a great work is going on in the community. And today's agenda, what I'm going through is I'm going to talk about what is content, what I mean by the content, and what is content intelligence, and how it is going to be very useful in creating the websites as fast as possible. And then what Drupal's, like how does the content intelligence going to be useful for the Drupal Foundation, like Drupal CMS platforms. And coming to the content, when I say content, it's video, image, and audio files that has been widely used by the people day by day. It has been like explosively increasing the amount of multimedia data that has been used in creating the websites, and it is a huge challenge for any platforms to manage such a huge, humongous content, and then making the content more accessible to the people who are building the websites. That has been a key thing here. But in case of challenges, right, what's happening is, let's say we have a company logo, that's an image. Let's say 10 people are building the websites with the same logo, right? So it is not recommended to keep 10 different copies in the system. It will wastage the memory, right? So that is one of the challenges as like the multimedia content is growing day by day. And discovery of the content is one of the very important. Let's say somebody is building the website and they want to grab some of the images or related videos, related audio to add to their websites, to build their websites. So we have to design the system, the platform, so that people easily access the content, related content, what they are exactly looking for. That's one of the challenge as the content size is increasing, number of content is increasing. And also meeting the accessibility, SEO, search engine optimization gaps. So we have to make sure that the content is meeting the SEO standards, which means the alternate text. Let's say the image, there is some image and video files. We should be able to parse the content and add what exactly happening, the context of the content as part of the metadata to each file, so that it is easily accessible for the website builders. And the rankings are very important. Let's say somebody is building website and they want to search for some video, and we have like 50 videos. How do we keep them in a series, right? What videos we are going to keep as the first and second in the category, right? So that's where the rankings will come. So there is something called the relevance index. That is, AI models will go through the content and then add this relevance score with each media data, so that we can rank these files and then show in a list. Then it should be more relevant to the person who is building the website. Then they can fastly build they complete their work. And to do all of these things, only one solution is we should have smarter and automated content workflows, which means that, let's say somebody is uploading some files. There should be a system which goes through those multimedia content, like image or video and audio, and it has to be automatically understand the content, pass through the content and understand and add the concept of the content as a metadata, and we have to tag that metadata. If this flow can be automated and stored in the system, that will be like more reusable for everybody to access the content. That's about the content and the content intelligence. This is a huge shift between a passive media storage and the active content understanding. This is two different, very important things. Most of the systems today, of course, they are adapting to AI, but still so much of work is there to adapt to the AI. Lot of systems where they're storing the multimedia content in a passive format. Let's say there is two different images are there, but the same content, but if the file name is different, we'll store it as two different files. But in case of active content understanding, let's say we watched a YouTube video, a 2-minute video, we understand who is the speaker and what the speaker is talking about and what is the topic they are talking about, all those things. So at the end of the video, we gain some knowledge. Let's say there is a system, a content library, has all these kind of capabilities, and we upload the files, and this content library is going through all the media content and gain all these capabilities and understanding about the multimedia content, and then adding this as a metadata, tagging with each file. That would be the that we would call it as the content intelligence, and that is going to be a phenomenal shift for the people who is building the websites in a fast manner. And at the same time, let's say there is an image, there are some AI tools like OpenCV, all such kind of tools. It can detect the objects, it can detect the human pose, it can give the context about, like, if a person is running, so it will give you, it will understand and add the tag to the image. So you can search, like, okay, I want to see who are people who are jogging. So you can see all the kind of images. So this is all possible with AI tools by adding by AI tools analyzing this content and then adding the metadata to the content. And the discoverability is one of the very important thing. There is a natural language processing. Let's say there is a content library which goes through the video and understands what exactly happening, and then there is NLP processing which goes through this text and extracts the keywords and then understand the content and the topic attached to the video file, so that we can easily search related videos and then get the work done quickly. And accessibility first. The all text, let's say for the people who are disabled, who cannot see the video, they can play the video and then they can understand what exactly happening in the video. These all text will explain what is happening in the video. Let's say there is an image, it will speak. The text can be played and then it will explain what is happening in the image. So such kind of things can be done. And accessibility first is designing a system, keeping the accessibility first in mind, so that the things can be developed quicker for the website developers. And that's about content intelligence. And any questions, please stop me in middle if you want to discuss anything deeper. And multi-modal AI sensors, there are many tools in the artificial intelligence. There are many modalities like computer vision libraries, OpenCV libraries are there. They are feature-rich libraries. They can detect the objects, faces, logos, and text, scenes, all those things. And they can also give us the description about that image, what's happening in that image, and so there is something called smart cropping and focal point. It can identify what is the important portion of the image. Let's say you're opening a website in a big display, you can see complete image. Let's say you're opening the website in a mobile phone, you don't have that much space, but still you want to see the image content. Then the smart cropping will be very useful, where it will detect the important portion of the image and then crop and show only that portion of the image in the smaller displays. So such kind of things such kind of tools are very important in building the websites. And of course, natural processing, it analyzes the transcripts, extracts keywords, and understands the topic, what people are talking about in that particular content, multimedia content. And the semantic relationship, this is very important. Let's say somebody is building a website to host a master degree tutorial, and the person is checking for the documents. And let's say there are more documents regarding post-graduation. So how do you relate these two? Technically, these two are same, master degree and post-graduation. So you have to understand the context and then grab all these files and show in the search results. So that's where the semantic relationships will come into picture. And there are many AI models that are capable of doing all these things, and it is important to understand and identify such kind of models and use for the platform building. And audio AI recognizes voices, it understands the speakers, and it understands the emotion under the emotion of the speaker. And let's say somebody is trying to post some violent video that has the violence. So it is very important for us to understand the emotion of the audio, and then if that is creating something undesirable, we should be able to block it. Or we can bring in human into the loop and then ask, hey, this video is good for the uploading or not. So such kind of decisions where these kind of tools will be very useful. And cross-modal fusion, now we have this OpenCV, NLP, and audio. So we can combine the output of all these models and then generate a meaningful context metadata and then attach with the metadata. This is the next level of creating the metadata, and we can tag this kind of metadata with the files. So this is called cross-modal fusion. And why Drupal Foundation? Of course, Drupal Foundation is a great one, a great content management system that has been widely used in the world. And this is the platform where I feel like it has to take the advantage of artificial intelligence and then integrate all the services, AI-related services into the platform, so that website builders can get the benefit out of it. The main important reason is the media architecture in the Drupal. It has been designed in a modular way, like the media entity, media types, media libraries, such kind of low-level basic blocks are well designed. For example, media entity means what is the file. We can add some fields to the file. There are many aspects of the file which we are calling it as a media entity, and then media type is it an image or video, audio, such kind of details, and supporting libraries, underlying libraries. So these are all the things have been designed very well, where we can integrate the AI services as a microservices. Because of this API first approach has been very welcoming to integrate the AI services easily into the Drupal foundation systems. And entity relationships, as I mentioned, we need to create, we should be able to create the relationship between different media files so that we can quickly access the related files in the search results. And human in loop, of course, we cannot do everything relying on AI. We have to make sure that human in the loop and making sure that the AI is doing what it has to do, so that it is we safely enabling the AI into the systems. And enterprise scalability, it has huge scope for the enterprise scalability. There are many companies are adapting, so the basic system is well designed so that more models can be integrated and can get the benefit out of it. And this is about, again, image tagging. We can detect if the what is kind of image. It is a car or it is what exactly happening in the image. And I was mentioning about smart cropping. This is the example of the smart cropping. Let's say there is a big image where the person is sitting in the corner and rest of this is just trees, right? So if we have smaller display, then the smart cropping can understand the image where the important portions are there in the image, and it can crop and it can show the very relevant parts on the display. And the focal points is the OpenCV libraries can understand the important portions of the image where we can enhance it, and then the display on the websites will be even more better. So those are called focal points. And video intelligence, there is a automatic transcription where the models understands what speaker is talking, and then transcripts will be generated, and then the topic understanding, NLP will understand the text, and then it will give you the topic, what kind of topics the people are discussing, and then content summarization. Thereby we can have this summary of the content, and then we can make it more searchable content. That's where the video intelligence and the natural language processing libraries are being used. And audio, like speaker recognition, and then again topic detection, sentiment analysis. If what is the sentiment has been, let's say there is a podcast, what is the topic people have discussed, and what is the sentiment, what is the summary of the content. So those kind of things are very, very useful for the discoverability purpose. And of course, this has there are many technical challenges to integrate the AI. It has to be done in a constructive way. If not, GPU resources are that's very huge. It can escalate the cost of the video inference or multimedia inference processing. So these are some of the things we have to take into consideration. There are a couple of challenges here, and also privacy compliance. Let's say there are some documents the AI content library is processing. It should not capture the personal details like email, photos, those kind of things. Those are very, very important to individuals. So it has to capture only the relevant content and then neglect the rest of the personal details. So those things are very important. We have to keep the user consent management in place for it. And editorial trust, we have to always keep the person in loop, human in loop. Initially when we are rolling out the AI, make sure that we are getting the feedback from the human. Let's say there are 100 files, at least for 10 files we get the feedback from human, making sure that the AI is doing the right thing. And then we should also get the opinion from the user, like how they are feeling. So that feedback is also very important to make sure that we are taking the feedback and then making necessary changes. Like for example, model fine tuning. We can get the models, open source models, and then we can also fine tune for the healthcare applications, for different kind of applications. And the performance, integrating AI can easily increase the latency. Let's say somebody is uploading a file, the content library is going through the file and then takes some time. So this is also we have to keep in mind, making sure that it is taking as less as possible, the best we have to do, and then making sure that the website builder, the person who is building the website, they have the right environment to construct the website. And yeah, challenges are solvable, but then take it in a proper way, and then planning is very, very important in this case to solve all these problems. And some of the best practices, edge computing. Let's say AI model is running. If we can split the task and assign to different devices, so that can be, we can get the result faster, so that it will be less latency. So that is edge computing. So make sure that edge computing in place. And privacy preserving AI, as I mentioned, it is very important to have the privacy preserving AI. And human in the loop, and also performance. There are content to delivery networks. Let's say one person is building a website in US, so there should be a server close to that person, so that they can upload the video and gets the result from the video, and then they can make the progress fast. So that is on the CDN. And implementation strategy is like start small. We cannot enable AI for everything at one go. Start with images and then see how the work is going on, and then roll out for video and audio, because video and audio are very complex in nature in terms of processing. And then a gradual rollout, as I mentioned, and user training, the capabilities and limitations, educating the teams, like how exactly it works. And continuous monitoring, how it has been doing. We have to continuously take the feedback and see how this is working out. And refine the models. As I mentioned, fine-tuning the models. The models can be fine-tuned. The models already built also can be fine-tuned for our own applications, which is called transfer learning. That is also very important in case of rolling out these models into the system. Those are some of the best practices. And finally, the key takeaways is operational transformation, moving from manual to the automated content processing. That's where the content intelligence is more useful in case of building the websites. And compliance and accessibility is more important. That makes it even more faster. If the files are attached with the proper metadata and tagged with right information, then we can quickly access the multimedia content for building the websites. And scalable media ecosystems. These are like future-ready multimedia ecosystems. The moment we enrolled all these AI models, once we proved that it is working for some kind of system, it is more scalable. Because most of the multimedia content is similar, so it can be easily scalable. Yeah, that's all. Any questions?
So you basically, if I may summarize, you came up with a strategy on how to implement media moderation for Drupal sites. But are you planning to do any of this, or?
Yeah, I have been exploring into Drupal websites, like building the websites. But this is something I found out that like content intelligence is more important. Like one of the very important aspect that keeps the Drupal foundation to the next level, and people can easily build their websites in less time. This is one of the strategy that I could think of.
Okay. Very good.
Thanks.